Have you ever imagined standing in the beating heart of New York, surrounded by giant neon lights, bright digital screens, and thousands of people from every corner of the world? Times Square is not just a place, it is a complete sensory experience. But here's the truth. You do not need to be fluent in English to enjoy every second of this incredible adventure. With some basic phrases and the right confidence, you can navigate this world icon like a true New Yorker. It is a pleasure to have you here on the channel. Here, we help you improve your English level with slow narrations, which makes understanding and learning the content easier. I am Charlie, and in this video, you will dive into a real story of how basic English can transform your experience in Times Square. We will follow Pablo, a Spanish student full of energy and curiosity who is visiting New York for the first time. He will meet Monica, a friendly New Yorker who loves showing her city to visitors. Through their conversation, you will learn practical phrases, natural expressions, and valuable tips to communicate with confidence. And there is more. Stay until the end, because I will present for super common words used in the United States that every traveler needs to know, words that you will hear constantly on the streets of New York. Also, I will give you a special extra tip about how to enjoy Times Square to the maximum, something that few tourists know. This video was created especially for you who are at A2 or B1 level and want to improve your comprehension and fluency in a natural and slow way. My goal is that you understand every word, every phrase, and feel prepared to use this English in real life. Let's begin. It is a sunny Saturday afternoon. Pablo has just left the subway station at 42nd Street and is completely amazed. He looks up and sees giant screens showing colorful advertisements. People dressed as superheroes posing for photos, street artists playing live music. Everything is so intense, so vibrant. He holds his map and looks a little lost. It is at this moment that Monica appears. She is coming back from work, carrying a cup of coffee and wearing headphones. She notices Pablo looking around with that typical first-time in Times Square expression and decides to help.
Hey, you look a little lost. First time in Times Square?
Oh, yes. I just arrived from Spain yesterday. This place is... wow. It's so big and bright.
I know, right? It can be overwhelming at first. I'm Monica, by the way, born and raised in New York.
Nice to meet you, Monica. I'm Pablo. I have so many questions about this place. Can I ask you a few things?
Of course. I love talking about my city. Fire away.
Great. So, what exactly is Times Square? I mean, I know it's famous, but why?
Good question. Times Square is actually the intersection of Broadway and 7th Avenue. It's called the crossroads of the world because millions of people pass through here every year. The giant digital billboards, the theaters, the energy, it all makes it iconic.
The crossroads of the world. I like that. And those huge screens, are they advertisements?
Exactly. Companies pay millions of dollars to advertise here. Some of those screens are as tall as buildings. It's pretty wild when you think about it.
Millions? That's insane. So, what should I see first? I only have a few hours.
Well, if you love theater, Broadway is right here. You can catch a show tonight if you grab last-minute tickets. There are discount booths around. Also, you should check out the Red Stairs, the TKTS steps. Great spot for people watching in photos.
Broadway shows. That sounds amazing. But aren't they super expensive?
They can be, but there are ways to save money. The TKTS booth sells same-day tickets at a discount. You might wait in line for a bit, but it's worth it. Have you heard of any shows you'd like to see?
I've heard about The Lion King and Hamilton. Are those still playing?
Yes, both are incredible. Hamilton is harder to get tickets for, but The Lion King usually has availability. The costumes and music are breathtaking.
I'll definitely try. What about food? I'm getting hungry just walking around.
Oh, you're in the right place. Times Square has everything from hot dog carts to fancy restaurants. If you want something quick and iconic, grab a New York-style pizza slice. There's a place called Joe's Pizza nearby. It's a classic.
Pizza sounds perfect. And what about safety? I've heard mixed things about New York.
Honestly, Times Square is one of the safest areas in the city. There are police officers everywhere, and it's always crowded, which actually makes it safer. Just keep an eye on your belongings, like in any big city.
That's good to know. I was a bit nervous. Oh, and I saw people dressed as superheroes and cartoon characters. What's that about?
Yeah, those are street performers. They dress up and take photos with tourists for tips. If you take a picture with them, they'll expect a few dollars, just so you know up front.
Okay. I almost took a photo with Spider-Man without knowing that. Thanks for the tip.
No problem. That's a common tourist mistake. Also, be careful with people trying to sell you CDs or comedy show tickets on the street. Some are legit, but others are scams.
Wow, you're like my personal tour guide. This is so helpful. What do you recommend doing at night? I heard Times Square is even more beautiful after dark.
Absolutely. At night, all the lights come alive. It's like daytime, but more magical. You can just walk around, grab a coffee, and soak it all in. There's also a cool store called M&M's World, 4 floors of candy and fun. It's touristy, but honestly, it's a good time.
4 floors of candy? I'm definitely going. And one last question. Is there a good spot to take photos without too many people in the background?
Try going early in the morning, like 7 or 8 a.m. Times Square is way less crowded then, and the light is beautiful. But if you can't do that, the Red Stairs give you a higher angle so you can capture the whole scene.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Monica. You've made my day so much easier.
Anytime. Enjoy your time in New York, Pablo. And hey, if you need anything else, just ask a local. Most of us are happy to help.
I will. Thanks again. Maybe I'll see you around.
Maybe. Have fun.
This conversation between Pablo and Monica is a perfect example of how everyday English works. In real situations, it was not just a robotic exchange of questions and answers. It was a genuine interaction, full of practical tips, humor, and human warmth. Monica did not just answer Pablo's questions. She offered extra advice, shared personal experiences, and made him feel welcome. Now, we will look more closely at some phrases that Pablo and Monica used. Understanding how these expressions work in real context will help you communicate in a more natural and confident way. Let's start with 3 questions that Pablo asked during the conversation. What exactly is Times Square? Pablo used this question to get specific information about the place. The word exactly adds emphasis, showing that he wants a clear and detailed explanation. You can use this same structure when you want to understand anything better. What exactly is Broadway? Or what exactly do you mean? It is a polite way to ask for clarification. What should I see first? Here Pablo is asking for a recommendation. He recognizes that he has limited time and wants to make the most of it. This phrase is perfect for travelers because it shows that you are open to suggestions. You can change this question in several ways. What should I try first? When you are in a restaurant? Or what should I visit first? When you are planning an itinerary? Aren't they super expensive? This is a negative question that Pablo uses when he already has an idea in his head but wants confirmation. He heard that Broadway shows are expensive and is checking if this is true. This type of question is very common in natural conversations because it shows that you already know something about the subject. Other examples: isn't it cold in December? Or aren't you tired? Now let's see how Monica responded in a friendly and helpful way. I know, right? Monica used this expression to agree with Pablo when he said that Times Square can be overwhelming. It is a super casual phrase and very used among Americans to show that you share the same feeling or opinion. You will hear this constantly in informal conversations. Variations include just right or I know. All have the same effect of creating connection. Fire away. When Pablo asked if he could ask some questions, Monica responded with this excited expression. Fire away means feel free to ask or go ahead. It is an enthusiastic way to say that you are ready to answer. This expression comes from the idea of shooting questions like bullets, but in a positive and encouraging way. You can also hear go ahead or shoot with the same meaning. You might wait in line for a bit, but it's worth it. Monica is being honest about a possible disadvantage, but ends with something positive. She uses might to indicate a possibility, not a certainty. Then, it's worth it is an extremely useful expression that means that the effort or cost is worth it for the result. You can use this in many situations. The hike is difficult, but the view is worth it, or learning English takes time, but it's worth it. What makes this conversation so smooth is how Pablo and Monica build on each other. When Monica mentions Broadway shows, Pablo immediately asks about prices. When she talks about food, he connects it with his hunger. This is the essence of a good conversation, listening carefully and responding in a relevant way. Also notice how they use small words and sounds to keep the conversation alive. Oh, aha, wow. These interjections show emotion and interest, making the other person feel heard and valued. After watching Pablo and Monica talking so naturally, you must have noticed that certain words appear frequently in American English. Let us explore 4 super common words that you will hear constantly in the United States and that will make you sound much more natural. 1. Awesome. This word is practically the national anthem of American enthusiasm. Americans use awesome to express that something is incredible, wonderful, or fantastic. You will hear this in restaurants, stores, casual conversations everywhere. Example sentence: the view from the Empire State Building is awesome. You can use awesome to respond when someone tells you good news. I got the job. Awesome. It is a versatile word and always positive. 2. Grab. Grab is one of those words that Americans love because it is quick and casual. It means to get something in an informal and relaxed way. It can be food, drinks, a taxi, even an opportunity. Example sentence. Let's grab a bite to eat before the show. Monica used this word when she suggested that Pablo get a pizza. You can also say grab a coffee, grab a seat, or grab your coat. It is much more natural than saying take or get in informal contexts. 3. Hang out. This expression is essential for making friends and socializing. Hang out means to spend time with someone in a relaxed way without very formal plans. It is what you do with friends when you just want to relax and enjoy the company. Example sentence. Do you want to hang out in Central Park this afternoon? If someone invites you to hang out, they are suggesting something casual and fun. You can respond, "Sure, I'd love to hang out." It is very different from meet, which sounds more formal. For legit is the shortened and modern version of legitimate Americans. Especially younger ones use this word to say that something is true, authentic, reliable, or really good. Monica used it when she talked about some street vendors. Example sentence. That pizza place is legit, best slice in the city. You can use legit to validate something. Is this website legit? Or to praise, your English is legit. It is a word that adds credibility and authenticity to what you are saying. These 4 words will make a huge difference in your ability to understand real conversations and to sound more natural when you speak. Practice using them in different contexts, and you will notice how they appear constantly in everyday American English. Your extra tip: the best time to visit Times Square. As I promised, I need to give you at this moment an extra tip that will improve your experience in Times Square. If you want to enjoy Times Square without the chaos of crowds, go early in the morning between 7 and 9 a.m. Most tourists are still sleeping or having breakfast at the hotel. So you will have the opportunity to take incredible photos, walk calmly, and really feel the energy of the place without being pushed by thousands of people. Also, many cafes and bakeries open early, so you can get a hot coffee and a fresh bagel while you watch the city wake up. It is a completely different experience, more peaceful, more intimate, and equally magical. The morning light is also perfect for photographs, creating a beautiful contrast with the digital screens that are still shining. Another advantage: you will see real New Yorkers going to work, getting their morning coffee, running to the subway. It is an authentic perspective of the city that few tourists experience. Did you see how a simple conversation can teach so much? Pablo got all the information he needed using basic English, asking clear questions, and listening carefully. Monica, in turn, was patient, friendly, and full of useful tips. Exactly the type of interaction that you can have when you travel. The goal of this video is that you have total comprehension of what was spoken and explained. For this reason, I recommend that you watch the video at least twice. The first time, focus on understanding the general context and follow Pablo's story. The second time, pay attention to the details, the the specific expressions, how the words are pronounced, the intonation that Monica and Pablo use to convey emotion and interest. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment telling what you liked most in this lesson. Your interaction helps me create more content like this. Tell me, have you already visited Times Square? If not, after this video, do you feel more prepared for this adventure? And remember, English does not need to be perfect to be effective. With practice, patience, and the slow English methodology, you will build the necessary confidence to communicate anywhere in the world. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn, and every mistake is a step towards fluency. I will see you in the next video.